The Kresh Dominion had carved through the galaxy like a blade through silk. For 3 centuries, their armada had swept across star systems, their crimson vessels leaving nothing but subjugated worlds in their wake. 47 civilizations had knelt before them. 47 species had learned that resistance meant extinction. Commander Vexthor stood on the bridge of the flagship Eternal Conquest, his 4 eyes gleaming with anticipation. Before him, holographic displays showed their next target, a small human colony on the edge of explored space. Intelligence reported minimal defenses, a single outdated cargo hauler and a few orbital platforms. The humans were a young species, barely 200 years into space travel. They would fall within hours. "Initiate the conquest protocol," Vexthor commanded, his mandibles clicking with satisfaction. The fleet of 12 warships accelerated toward the colony world of New Harmony. Each vessel bristled with weapons that had reduced planets to ash. The Kresh had never needed more than this battle group for any engagement. As they approached the colony, a single ship emerged from behind the planet's moon. It was battered, its hull patched with mismatched alloy plates. Engine burns scarred its surface, and its design was utilitarian at best, more flying scrapyard than warship. "A cargo hauler?" Vexthor's subordinate hissed in amusement. "They send garbage to face us." The human ship broadcast on all frequencies. "This is Captain Sarah Chen of the cargo vessel Defiant Dream. You are ordered to withdraw from this system immediately." Laughter rippled through the Kresh bridge crew. Vexthor activated the communication channel himself, a rare honor he granted only to particularly amusing prey. "Human, I am Commander Vexthor of the Kresh Dominion. We have conquered 47 civilizations. Your pathetic vessel is no obstacle. Surrender and we will make your extinction swift." There was a pause. When Captain Chen responded, her voice carried no fear, only a cold, calculating edge that gave Vexthor his first moment of unease. "You've conquered 47 civilizations," she said slowly. "That's your problem. You've forgotten what it means to fight someone with nothing left to lose." The Defiant Dream didn't have weapons that could penetrate Kresh shields. It didn't have armor that could withstand their plasma cannons. What it had was a human crew that had spent 6 months retrofitting their cargo hauler with a single terrifying modification. As the Kresh fleet opened fire, the human ship didn't dodge. Instead, it accelerated directly toward the flagship. "Destroy it," Vexthor commanded. Plasma bolts hammered the Defiant Dream's hull, sections peeled away like burning paper. The human ship should have been vapor, but it kept coming, its engines screaming at maximum burn. Too late, Vexthor understood. The cargo hauler's entire structure had been gutted. Its holds were filled with antimatter containment pods, unstable, overcharged, and rigged to fail on impact. The humans had turned their own ship into a weapon of mutual destruction. "Evasive maneuvers," Vexthor shrieked. The massive flagship began to turn, but momentum and arrogance had positioned it perfectly. The Defiant Dream slammed into the Eternal Conquest's command tower at a significant fraction of light speed. For a brief instant, a miniature star ignited in space. When the light faded, the flagship was gone. Not damaged, not disabled, but completely annihilated. The shockwave caught 3 nearby Kresh destroyers, shredding their shields and crippling their systems. The remaining 8 ships hung in space, their crews paralyzed by a concept foreign to Kresh doctrine: sacrifice. From the planet's surface, 20 more signals appeared. They weren't warships. They were cargo haulers, mining vessels, passenger transports, and maintenance tugs. Every ship in the colony had been retrofitted the same way. Every crew had volunteered. Captain Martinez of the mining ship Stonecutter broadcast next. "We've got 19 more shots and we only need 8. Your move." The Kresh had encountered fierce resistance before. They had faced superior technology. But they had never encountered an enemy willing to turn themselves into ammunition. The mathematics were brutally simple. They couldn't shoot down all the human ships before impact, and every collision would erase at least 1 Kresh vessel. For the first time in 3 centuries, a Kresh commander gave the order to retreat. The 8 surviving warships activated their faster-than-light drives and fled. Behind them, the human ships held formation, a ragtag fleet of converted civilian vessels crewed by farmers, mechanics, teachers, and dock workers who had decided that some things were worth dying for. News of the defeat spread through the galaxy faster than any Kresh ship. The species that had conquered 47 civilizations had been stopped by a single human colony. Not because humans had better technology or larger fleets, but because they possessed something the Kresh had bred out of their society millennia ago: the willingness to make the ultimate sacrifice to protect what they loved. Within a year, 17 subjugated worlds rebelled. The Kresh dominion began to crumble. Historians would later mark the Battle of New Harmony as the turning point in the Galactic Liberation Wars. But to the survivors on that colony world, it was simpler than that. Captain Chen's last transmission, recovered from the Defiant Dreams backup recorder, said it all. They thought we'd be easy prey because we're young. They forgot that young species still remember how to be dangerous. They forgot that humans don't just fight to win. We fight so others don't have to. The monument built above New Harmony bore the names of 20 crews who never came home. Beneath them, a single inscription in a dozen languages. They conquered worlds until they met humanity. We taught them that some species would rather die free than live as slaves. The Kresh never returned to human space. And when other ambitious empires considered humanity as a target, they inevitably heard the story of New Harmony and calculated whether any conquest was worth facing an enemy who weaponized their own extinction. Most decided it wasn't.